The impact of mobile on marketing will be huge because mobile will probably be, for a lot of people, the gateway to a lot of communication, to a lot of messages. So mobile will be in between most of the messages between brands and consumers in the near future.
The implementation of mobile and the growth of mobile will totally change the way we do marketing at the moment. The thing is, now we have mobile devices, the things that are close to people. We actually have relevant, real-time data about people. We really have in-depth data. We have data people don't have to tell themselves, but actually we can derive it from their actions.
I think the biggest impact of mobile on marketing is that we can actually get people at the point at which they're doing things. Whether it's things that are fun for them, whether it's buying things, whether it's interacting with their friends, we can get much closer to the moment at which it happens without intruding or interfering.
I think that brings a new angle to research that we just either haven't really had before or has not been commercially viable to do.
But mobile is very close to people, to users. So I think if you can tap into this as a market researcher, you will learn a lot about people. There's a threat too, there's a risk that you know too much, that you show that you know, and that people will get reluctant on sharing this information. But if you can, in some kind of a trustful way, use this insight in user behavior, which is much more true than just asking because you can observe, I think mobile can be a very important driver of additional information for market research.
Mobile devices will actually make it easy to track what people are doing when. For example, to get a graph when people are sleeping, when they are moving, at what speed, to use that new data. So there will totally new sources to get new data to do market research on.
I think the biggest risk is both either clients or research companies not having the courage to really innovate and try these things, because they will have to make mistakes. You know, anybody who's ever been an innovator or an entrepreneur remembers all the mistakes they made that made them good. And I think what worries me a little bit, both for some research companies and for some clients, is they're a little bit too frightened of making those mistakes, and that might slow the rate of innovation and development of using mobile.
What we need to do with mobile research to make it successful is to make the research process more engaging. So I think we have to throw away some of the rule book on how we've done market research until now, and I think we need to learn some of the lessons and the mistakes we've made in online research.
I think if you want to pull people into this kind of mobile research, you need to provide them value. You need to provide them the proper trade-off, and that probably for each research and for each group you want to involve in that research will be different. But just asking people things or just hoping that they will give you an insight on their behavior won't be enough. Because you have to realize that everyone building applications for mobile, so all the brands, all the companies will have, they would like to have that same insight too. So I think it's really a matter of being open and trying to find this win-win situation for both.
Engaging with people through mobile devices as researchers is going to be quite complicated, because we want still to retain the scientific kind of approach that we have had in the past. So we don't want to interfere too much with the relationship, but then we're trying to analyze the relationship whilst in the future we'll be part of the relationship. And that's quite complicated. It's a bit like trying to be your own therapist. Yeah? It becomes more complicated than when you're an observer standing there just watching what's going on.
Mobile is a revolution in consumers' lives, but I think in market research it's more of an evolution. I don't think we should pretend that the techniques that we're doing at the moment aren't still going to be in place, and that mobile is going to just come along and remove the need for our other methodologies. That's certainly not the case.
Even using basic technology, there's a lot of opportunity for mobile research, just using SMS. Yeah? Think what is possible if we start to integrate new ways of doing research on new platforms that are capable of so much more, where people can share pictures, share video, share their experiences, and they're already showing that they're willing to do that.
Mobile research is happening now, and people should start trying it. And secondly, concentrate on what mobile does best, and that it gets you to the point of experience.